In this video, we're going to talk about 9.2 Objective 7. We're going to graph linear inequalities in two variables. Graphing linear inequalities is very similar to graphing linear equations, only we're going to have to keep track of whether our boundary line is going to be solid or broken and whether we're going to be shading above or below that line. So I think the easiest way to do this is to solve for y. X minus y is less than or equal to 4. Negative y is less than or equal to negative x plus 4. And then when we multiply or divide by a negative when we're solving for y, like we're doing right here where we divide everything by -1, then we're going to change the direction of our inequality sign, because the opposite of something that was negative is going to be positive. The opposite of something that was positive is going to be negative. It's going to force us to change the direction of the inequality sign here. So we're going to graph the line y equals x minus 4. It's going to be a solid line. And then we're going to be shading above that line because it's greater than. So let me show you how that looks. Come off to the side over here. I'm going to grab my line tool. I'm going to make sure that it's a solid line. If I wanted a broken line, I'd select this. So we're going to go down to -4 for our y-intercept and up 1, right 1. And then I want to grab my paint bucket and I want to shade above the line like that. Save and check my answer. And then I'm going to clear my work for that problem. Another thing I could do is I could use my intercepts here. This is not a good problem to use my intercepts, so I'll solve for y here. Y is less than -3x plus 2. Notice that there's no or equal to underneath it this time, so we're going to have a broken line. So line tool, broken line, 2 for my y-intercept, down 3, and right 1. And I'm going to be shading below the line like that. Let's see if I get a good one to use my intercepts with. This is a good one to use my intercepts with. So the reason this is a good one to use for just my intercepts is because 12 is divisible by both 4 and 1. So if I let x be 0, y is going to be 3. If I let y be 0, x is going to be 12. And I can get all the way out there to 12. And this line is going to be broken line, or dashed line, however you want to say it. Okay, so broken line going through 0, 3, and 12, 0, like that. There we go, 12, 0, okay. And then now I need to choose a test point. In this case, where I've done this, I need to see maybe 0, 0 is not on the boundary line. So is 0 less than 12? It is. So I'm going to shade on the side with 0, 0. Save it. So what I did, if you didn't see here, is I put in 0 plus 4 times 0 and said, is it true that that's less than 12? 0 plus 0, is that less than 12? 0 absolutely is less than 12. That's true. So I shade on the side that's true over here. I don't shade on the side that's false. If I had gotten a false statement here when I plugged in 0, 0, which is over here on this side is 0, 0, then if this side were false, the other side of the boundary line would have been true, and I would have shaded on the other side. So I shade on whichever side is true. That's just another way to do the problem, but I think you see why I like solving for slope-intercept form, and it automatically tells me whether to shade above or below. I just wanted to show you both techniques here. So let's go ahead and submit my answer here. Good. Let's come back here. All right, again, this one's not a nice one to use the intercept method on. So let's go ahead and graph this with the slope intercept method. So I've got a solid line going through 0, 3. Then I want to go up 1 and right 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Again, it's a solid line. I'm going to shade below that line because y is less than or equal to that line. Check my answer. Excellent. Let's go ahead and rearrange this one. Y is less than or equal to negative 12x plus 6. So it is or equal to, so it's a solid line, slope y-intercept of 0, 6, down 12, right 1, and then I'm going to shade below that line. So that's over here on this side. Kind of hard to see, but if I'm shading down, oops, leave that alone. Wanted to annotate here. If I'm shading below the line, shading down this way, if I were shading above the line, it would be up like that. So hopefully I didn't move my line. Looks good to me. So let's go ahead and save that and check my answer. All right. And then we've got one more problem here. And it is y is less than or equal to 7x minus 14. And we do have enough to use the slope-intercept model here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have a line that's going to be a solid line, has a y-intercept of negative 14. Then we're going to go up 7 and right 1. And we want to shade below that line, which is going to be on that side. And there we go. That's it. So that's it for 9.2 objective 7. And next time we will come back and talk about 9.3 objective 1. So I'll see you for the next video.